Welcome back to Glasgow News. I seem to be covering an awful lot of Rangers associated stuff now, but really, to be honest with you, there's nothing much else in the football section of the Daily Record online. As usual, I'll have the details, this URL in the description. Anyway, the headline here is Celtic meltdown over Rangers defeat has been spectacular and Title 55 will break them. James Black. Now apparently James Black is a Rangers blogger. Rangers blogger James argues that claim of an Operation Stop the 10 conspiracy are rubbish because Rangers have more bookings and red cards than anyone else. Well, that's right actually, isn't it? I think that is right. I think Morelos has been sent off a few times for other misdemeanours. So let's move on to see what James is saying. Almost 2 weeks after the final whistle went on the last Old Firm game of 2018, it is incredible to think that we are still talking about the referee. The manufactured outrage over John Beatson's apparent leniency towards Alfredo Morelos is beyond a joke, and you need to question the motives behind some of it. There's no anti-Celtic bias, no Operation Stop the 10, and no grand conspiracy against the team that have won the last 7 titles on the spin. If there actually was, it must be the most poorly executed conspiracy in history, given Celtic have fewer yellow and red cards than anyone in the league, while Rangers have picked up more than anyone in the league, comfortably more. What is weirdest about the whole carry-on is the delayed reaction to Beatson's performance. 2 of those shouting loudest are Chris Sutton and John Hartson, both of whom took several days after the game to even make a big deal of it. Both were on BT Sport later that afternoon and never once even hinted that there had been any controversy. The way they are going on, you'd think Beatson had missed 3 assaults that left players in a bloodied head rather than not needing any sort of treatment whatsoever. Speaking of which, go back and watch the stamp on Anthony Ralston and see if you can spot the injury Celtic claimed he sustained. Between them, Sutton and Hartson wrote something like 4 different newspaper columns covering the Old Firm result, and you can barely find mention of the ref. Sutton even suggested that not sending Morelos off for a kick at Brown was a very minor detail in the grand scheme of things. Oh, okay. And there it's there. It does look... I mean, you'd actually think that that was photoshopped. You know. I mean, that is some picture. Somebody's going to have that up on their wall. I'd imagine that's framed at Ibrox somewhere. Right, okay, so Hartson didn't even bother mentioning it in any of his 3 columns. But 2 weeks later, they are still frothing at the mouth over the lack of action against Morelos. The biggest takeaway from the Old Firm for me is how much winning title number 55 is going to break the Celtic fans. The meltdown has been nothing short of spectacular so far. I expected a few days at best, but we're a fortnight in and I'm not sure it has peaked yet. It's even got to the point where crackpots online are making up stories about vomiting bug before the game and plans to request a postponement before Brendan Rodgers bravely declined to go ahead anyway. I'll say that again because I've never read it too good. It's even got to the point where crackpots online are making up stories about a vomiting bug before the game and plans to request a postponement before Brendan Rodgers bravely decided to go ahead anyway. I did a bit better there, didn't I? Jesus. I can't even imagine what will happen if James Tavernier lifts the league trophy in May. FIFA's postman might want to get started on a rigorous fitness regime just in case. Now that's very well written, James. I'm sorry that I destroyed it in my rendition, but you know, I'm obviously not as educated as yourself. But there again, who gives a monkeys? I'm just trying my best here. So, that's all for now, boys. Peace out.